Hi everyone, Nesua here. I draw for fun and I make videos for fun. And today I want to talk about Fate Extra. Now, recently, well, I say recently, it's been taking like a couple weeks, but I've been playing Fate Extra. I was enjoying it because this is where we get introduced to Nero, who's probably one of my favorite servants in Fate. If you didn't already know this, I love Fate. But yeah, I went into this like completely blind, so like no guides or nothing, with the occasional like serious choice here and there, like do I choose Rin, do I choose Rani? I chose Rin simply because I know Rin and I like her, and I'm like, oh, don't worry, I'll replay it and then I'll choose Rani. So anyway, I was playing Fate. And obviously, as you play a game, you get invested as time goes on. So obviously, I'm connecting with Nero after winning all of these, oh my goodness, these fights. They were so sus. I remember there was a fight with Dracula, or Vlad the Third, or whatever. He had a master who was like a clown, an actual clown, who ate her child, so that's interesting. But yeah, he was seriously difficult to fight, so I had to redo the week, which got me angry because I was like, all of that effort leveling up, and now you want me to go back, redo those days with that dialogue and level up again. So I was like, okay, fine, I'll level up. I leveled up. There were a few sus times where he almost killed me, and then I won eventually. And then after that, I just vowed, okay, at the end of the second floor, because it's set into floors to get like key cards to open the door so you can fight other people, wherever. So it usually says what the level you should be in order to complete this floor. So I would go 2 or 3 levels above that and just grind fighting enemies. Anyway, so we get to the end of the game. Gwen was easy to fight. They built up Leo and Gwen to be this like serious like fight. It was easy. I finished that like quite quickly. So I was like, okay, this boss battle was a bit too easy. So there's no one in the school anymore. Everyone's been eliminated. So obviously me and Rin, we go into not the arena, but is the arena, whatever. I'm so annoyed. So anyway, and then we find out that there's this person called Twice Peaceman, who is like a doctor or whatever, and he doesn't like war, but then he starts fighting you. And then I'm like, okay, I didn't expect this. I have no elixirs, but I beat him, so I'm like, okay, cool. And then you before that, you can make the choice of like things to say, and I chose like I only care about those who are important to me, blah blah blah. And then Rin gives you a weird look. I'm like, okay, whatever. And then so after beating him, I go up, okay, and I'm expecting to like have the option to make a wish when I get the Holy Grail. I don't. The plot just goes on after that. So it turns out that you are, in fact, obviously you're an AI system or an NPC, but your actual mind is somewhere else, cryogenically frozen. I'm like, okay, not really what I was expecting here, because you said that there was no body, but now you're telling me there is a body. A bit sus there. And then after that, Rin comes out of what, I don't know where she is, but obviously we somehow get Rin out because Twice Peaceman said whoever enters there, only one person can leave, meaning you after you beat him. But obviously Rin had to stay, but because Deus Ex Machina, Rin can come out too. So I was like, okay, so does that mean that I have to stay with Saber? I'm okay with that ending. That would be a fine ending. Rin gets to leave. I stay with Saber. But then, even then, when Rin comes out, she's blonde. Okay, fine. FGO is a thing. And then it's like a wasteland. I'm like, what? You're really gonna do that? Evangelion, whatever, like apocalyptic ending. Fine. Well, not fine. That actually really annoyed me. And then it starts like oh my gosh. And then we start getting some like talking from Saber, who's like, I don't even remember what she said now. She was like, I can't remember what she says. Then you start talking to yourself, saying, the person who wakes up will have a blank slate. Okay, then it's pointless. Because your data has been, I think, sent over to Rin, who Rin ended up saying, oh yeah, I'll find your body, and then, okay, and then, because you're cryogenically frozen somewhere, so you start talking to yourself saying, oh, the future, this, that, and the other, it's gonna be great. I'm like, okay, I don't particularly agree with that, but he starts saying, oh yeah, it's gonna be really great, I can't wait to see what's in front of me, right? And then I don't know why, but just hearing that started making me think of Meet the Robinsons, which is one of my favorite Disney movies. No way I've been talking for near enough 20 minutes. No, 6 minutes, cool. It's one of my favorite Disney movies. But then when you start talking about future, and I'm like, to be fair, I can't remember the main guy's name actually in Meet the Robinsons. I know his new name, Cornelius. So he's seen his future, right? So he knows that if he continues the way he is, he'll get that future. But it's kind of cheating because he sees the girl he's going to marry. He talks to her. He says, you're right, you're not crazy because you can speak to frogs and teach them to sing. So he knows he's going to marry her in the future because he's seen her in the future. So that's a bit sus because he's then now said, okay, I've got to secure my relationship with you. He's met his like parents, his adopted parents, who are in the future. He knows them, so he knows that these people are going to adopt him. So he's like chilling and he's like, yeah, I'm a scientist, adopt me. And then, oh my goodness, what else happens? Oh yeah, to make sure that the bowler hat guy doesn't, turn into an evil person, he makes sure that Goob wins by waking up, because obviously he forced him to help him with the experiment. So he makes sure that Goob is awake and catches the ball. He wins, he gets adopted, cool, happy ending for him. And then what else happens that annoyed me? They get a new house, which is when you go into the future, you see the massive R in the house, and there's like, oh yeah, Robinson. So yeah, there's this new house. He's got this big room, and then he's like, he's all happy with himself, and I'm like, okay, cool. This is me rewatching the ending because it's got me annoyed. Fate has gotten me so annoyed about talking about the future that I decided to watch Meet the Robinsons, which I love, and then that's got me now cynical about Meet the Robinsons because the MC knows his future, and because he's seen his future, he knows now what to build in order to make money. And obviously in the future he's like some rich scientist guy. So I'm like, maybe this movie isn't as perfect as I thought it was. And then after that I was like, but the song is really good and I like the characters. And then yeah, I got annoyed enough and pumped up enough to make a video after not making a video for how long? I don't think I've even caught up with God of High School or ReZero. I just haven't been watching anime. I've been playing Fate Extra and oh my goodness, wow, I could have been watching anime instead of playing this game. My days, I'm actually really annoyed. Gosh. And then I was gonna replay it as well because I wanted to play as Emiya, because if you don't know this, he's my favorite male servant. He's pretty cool. Yeah, that's my guy, Emiya, that's the guy, Emiya Acha. Oh, he's cool. But like, I almost don't want to do it now. I almost don't want to replay it. Oh. And then I have to look into Fate CC. Turns out that's I think it's like a redoing of the Fate Extra, but it's not translated. So I'm gonna have to I don't know. Oh, gosh. Ah, I'm so annoyed. But anyway, Anime Fall 2020. Let's see. Hopefully that'll be good.